It is nothing but what is life for you. Always, addiction to sense perception comes in what you are finding life. What is life for you as life? For many people, if they eat very tasty food in restaurants, that makes them happy. Then, when that makes them happy, that gives the concept of I lived life. Oh, I had a very tasty food. I saw a very nice movie. I was in a mountain. I was in a forest. Like that, they try to identify their life as they lived life. See, for in the end, when you are living life, the basic need is to feel that living life, to feel that life. Or else it becomes boring. See, when you have life, it is very precious. It is very worthful. Life is a gift. Such a beautiful gift, such a worthful life has to be lived. Lived means what? Is not enough that I am looking at somebody else is living. How I feel my life. It's like you are sleeping. Imagine you are sleeping. How you know that you are sleeping? As long as you are sleeping, you don't know that you are sleeping. Somebody has to do this. Oh, I am sleeping. In the same way, a nice taste, yeah, I am living. A nice vision, yes, I am living. No? Everything, the beauty, the nice things, the tasty things, it triggers the life in you. It indicates that, yes, I have life in me. That is why sense perception plays such a big role in each and every person's life. It triggers. But only triggering is enough? Or what is that life? Do you need anything from outside? Senses are just triggering. It triggers. Who is getting triggered? That has to be felt. Without anything from the outside, without any influence from the outside, if you are able to express the true self, that is the feeling life as life. People cannot sit idle. They want to feel life. See, nowadays, even a small kid is so much attracted to mobile, online screen. Why? It's nothing but an attempt to see life or feel life, an attempt to expand. They may be doing it in a wrong way, but they are trying to find life in it. It's like a holding life there. Because life means what? Happening. How an happening is registered? Through senses. Sense perception registers an happening. A mobile has millions of happening. Millions of happening. You don't need to travel to a mountain to see a mountain, you can see in the mobile. You don't need to travel to a big city to see a person. Imagine you want to see a Hollywood star, you can see in the mobile. So it contains the whole universe in it. The universe of possibility of perception through senses. That's why each and every person is getting attracted to that. Pure feeling of life is beyond any sense perception. It triggers, that's it. It's a triggering agent. See, how it has to be understood is, let's say for example, you play any beautiful thing in the mobile, whatever it may be, put it in front of a dog. It will not watch. Put it in front of a goat or a sheep, they don't care. Because through the sense perception is a tool. Without sense, self-reflection is not possible. If a tree is there, I need a sense to feel the tree. Through tree, if I am finding a tree, what actually I am finding? I am finding me. If I am not here, there cannot be tree. If I am not here, there cannot be star. If I am not here, there cannot be mountain. If mountain is there, on one end, if mountain is established, on other end, I am established. On one end, if tree is established, on the other end, I am is established. Through senses, we get established. And it indicates, hey, you are present. It's like if you are sleeping, if you do like this, oh, I am alive. I am not only the sleep. In the same way, the more and more reformation of the senses begins to happen, the possibility of self-reflection becomes stronger and stronger. That's why humans can see so clear. They can speak so clear. They can touch so gentle. The possibility of expression of range of sense perception is so high and so self-reflective. For an evolutionary path, sense perception is needed. Because without sense perception, you are a matter. A matter is just a matter, it lies. Matter, to feel as matter, it needs sense perception. To feel itself, in the beginning stage, what happens? It feels itself through something else. Through a tree, through a bus, through a car, through money, through power, through business, through success. All they try to feel themselves. But that will also go. In the end, I had to feel the true self, not the trigger. It triggers. Yes, you are here. See, if you are sleeping, you are triggered and you are got up, and at least you should begin to live. Imagine a situation, a person is sleeping, you give a tick to that person, the person opens the eyes, again sleeps. Again one more tick, again sleeps. Constantly, if it is happening, how you feel? The same thing is happened to all the humans. Every sense perception is triggering the perceiver. In the end, who is triggered? He. If I am seeing a wall, the whole room is a small inverted picture here, inverted. Then it is straightened up inside. Then it's linked. So in the end, who is perceiving? That perceiver tells, hey, I am here, hey, I am here, through every sense perception. So through every sense perception, through self-reflection, your true self is triggered. Just triggered, indicated, yes, it's here. Catching that indication, yes, I am present, I have to express that presence. I have to express that Purusha, that consciousness. Nature triggers the consciousness through senses. Without senses, there is no triggering of the Purusha, no knowing that Purusha exists. Because Purusha has no form, no shape, no color, nothing. Purusha is pure consciousness. It has manifested into nature. So nature, what is the job of the nature? The job of the nature is to make you to know, hey, you are here. That's all. How it does? Nature, a mountain, if mountain is there as mountain, a tree is there as tree, we would have just a matter. A matter which is pure nature gets the touch of pure consciousness through touch, through senses. It triggers and yeah, then you arise. Maybe in this birth or coming births. But that arising is happening. That is how the whole evolutionary process, from an amoeba to the human, constantly sense perception touched you, and you felt, I am here, I am here, I am here. So that evolution of the I, that whole evolution process itself is sense perception. The more the sense is perceived, the more every time it's triggered, then comes, yeah, what is that is getting triggered in me? See how shocking it is. In a way, if you see the depth of this, how shocking to know that mountain, I am not seeing. Whatever the concept I may be having, actually I am not seeing the mountain. Through any identification, see what is that I which you are thinking, I am seeing the mountain. Who is that I? Where is that I? No. Is your eyes is seeing the mountain? Or any kind of program what you have is that is seeing the mountain? What is that? Everything what I perceive through the senses, for whom I am perceiving? I am not perceiving for any conditioned state of the mind. I am not perceiving to the satisfaction of anything or anybody else. I am perceiving just to trigger the true self. The true self is perceiving. The Purusha is perceiving the nature. So that Purusha has to be triggered and expressed. A triggering through senses is just an indication that which speaks about your presence. Once you know that a beautiful presence is there in me, then to channelize and to blossom, to flower that presence. That process is meditation. That process is pratyahara. To guide to that process is what the sense perception does. Actually, what happens is, normally people what they do, imagine they get happiness from eating a nice taste food, for example chocolate. Frequently I hear, whatever I do, I cannot leave habit of eating chocolate. They are so attached to it. That's why Patanjali speaks non-attachment. See, all these are connected. Once you understand, I like chocolate, I am eating, and who is feeling the taste of it? Who is feeling the taste of it? Is it my tongue? No, you are not. Your tongue is not feeling the taste. Then who is feeling the taste? I am not feeling the taste. And Who is feeling the taste? Indicatively, through the taste, he is creating his presence. He is telling, I am present. Feel my taste. Feel my taste. You are feeling the taste of the nature to feel the taste of the consciousness. You need a medium. But medium is not you. Whatever it may be, sense perception is just a medium to know you are something else. That is the path of spirituality, the path of knowing the self, the path of self-reflection. The more and more the self-reflection happens, self-revelation happens. Self-expression comes. Once the self-expression begins to happen in life, then a kind of contentment begins to happen. A kind of peace descends to your life. A kind of bliss. That all-inclusive state. That is why Ananda, if you read Indian philosophy, the state is expressed as Ananda. A pure contentment, joyful state. Through a taste, through a beautiful vision, you are feeling that Purusha. See, in the end, if you understand the program of the senses, even though you are feeling a nice taste of a nature, actually you are feeling the Purusha, because nature is the product of that Purusha. Prakriti is the product of Purusha. Nature is the manifestation of consciousness. If you can feel such a tasteful thing, such a nice touch, such a beautiful vision, such a nice music, it's all coming out of Purusha. Then it's showing a glimpse. See, imagine there is a very tasty food, beautifully cooked. Just you are done like this. That's it. That indicates, oh, there is a tasty food which you can eat. A story is there. In the same way, that story is there within us. That infinite, unending. That's why it's called bliss body. That's why it's called Anandamaya Sharira, the blissful. So it contains everything. It requires no addition, no subtraction, no future, no past. It is by itself is complete. That is indicated by sense perception. It indicates the taste of Purusha through nature, the presence of Purusha through nature, indication. So then a path is there, a triggering is there, a feeling is there, which is felt. Through that route you go and you find. That's why sense perception is a very important phenomenon in the whole evolutionary process. Senseless, that's why we call senseless. How senseless? See, you and me are talking now in this hall. Even how senselessly humans behaved. How many peoples were killed, butchered in the name of religion, in the name of country, in the name of war, in the name of possessions. How many millions, billions people are killed so senseless? Why? Because of not getting exposed to the state of Purusha. Once you get exposed to that state of Purusha, all your aggressiveness stops. All your judgments, comparisons, criticizing others, everything stops. Because you know, whatever I perceive, I can perceive within. That too in immense. You no need to steal. Imagine, you know, you have billions of euros money, and you don't know it. You know it and you don't know it. It is a two different state. If you don't know, everything becomes a struggle. Every actions, you are struggling. In everything, there is a fight, aggression. You try to steal even 1 penny, 1 cent. You try to steal because you don't know you have that treasure. In the same way, every aggression, every judgments, every comparisons, every wants, every desires, everything what creating an effort, because you think through that effort I can reach. Through that effort I can attain something. Through that effort somewhere I can go. No. Beyond all this, once you begin to understand, yes, that immense treasure is there within me. That immense, infinite quality of Purusha is there from whom everything is getting unfolded. Whatever the taste, whatever the vision, whatever I perceive through senses is the product of what I have within me. Once that treasure is found, once that path is traced, then automatically you are getting affected through outside influence stops. Then all the wrong directions what you are taking in your life, it stops. All the choices, all the effort, all the worries stops and meditation starts. That quality of life, once it begins to unfold, a beautiful process, what happens is your karmas goes on dissolving. Or else karmic imprints moves you into trying to find something from outside. It triggers you. How severe may be any problem, it is the product of karma. How severe it may be, how to dissolve it? Start the process of meditation. Start the process of touching the Purusha. Because every problem, whatever it may be, whatever the sense perception you are trying to make, everything has a root and a solution in the field of Purusha. Every day, if you are able to spend time to that core, to that source, in the true self, that begins to solve, that begins to be a remedy for any issues what you may have in your life. So when you look at the ability of sense perception, it goes from starting from the whole evolutionary process till the expression of true self. Everything is precious. This body is precious, sense perception is precious, your mind is precious, your energy is precious, your wisdom is precious, your soul is precious, and they are all equally precious because they all reflect the same Purusha. So, to how you are using these tools to feel and express that preciousness, that decides the quality of life. Quality of life in the sense whether the unfolding of life as life is happening or the unfolding of karmic imprints or unfolding of your conditioned mind state is happening. That transformation has to happen through the ability of sense perception. And sense perception has to save you. See, if you don't have sense perception, it's very difficult to live. You should know there is a wall. You should know there is a street. Then only life can be organized. Sense perceptions has to be used towards organizing life, not towards get just distracted. Destruction through senses. Construction is also possible, destruction is also possible. If construction happens, sense perception is a big boon. Boon, a big gift. If destruction happens, it's a big curse. You can see all varieties of people who use it for construction and destruction. Once you start regular meditation, all this state comes as a natural byproduct of it. To have an organized methodology towards knowing this true self, that organized methodology is the practice of yoga.